And as the eerie music hits, you step 1 inch closer to figure out who murdered Sayaka. I promise, I'll find who did this, and we will bring them to justice. Here we go. Welcome back to Danganronpa. Thanks. Welcome back to Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc, where last time... There was no last time because I missed a week. Lovely. Where last time we actually investigated pretty much the crime scene. What happened during Sayaka's murder. And, well, we have a lot of stuff happening. We figured out the weapon. We figured out how she was dead and all the above. But now... we've come to a climax where we have to fight in a case. It's gonna be tough, but we can do it. I believe in myself. I think. But before we continue, if you enjoy mobile games that are more than just Candy Crush, then subscribe to become a king or queen of the mobile games right freaking now. This one's gonna be a doozy, I know it for sure. But anyways, let's get a move on. You're late, Makoto! We've all been waiting for you!
I bet you were afraid you would be discovered at the murder you are.
Listen to me!
Let's not jump to conclusions just yet. Save that for the class trial. There we can all reveal the details of Makoto's crime. So they really are convinced I did it. But... I didn't do it. Me and Sayaka both know that all too well. But then, who is the killer? The one who murdered Sayaka. Is it really one of us? It has to be. Monokuma.
Is everyone here? Okay then.
Monokuma may be a psychotic fool, but he wouldn't lie about one of us killing someone. That's just not who he is.
Please board the elevator in front of you, which will transport you to the courtroom, where all your fate will be decided.
I skipped that. I am a lovely human being. God dang it. Alright, I know who I'm talking to. Kyoko. Let's get started. Alright, I'm not even gonna talk to anyone else. Let's just get to the elevator. I guess I have no choice but to get on this elevator.
Well,
let us begin.
Yes, indeed.
Good idea.
Hey,
Are you scared? No. Scared isn't quite right.
Makoto.
I said it before, but it's up to you to uncover the mystery surrounding this case yourself. If you don't, you'll never come to grips with the truth. I need to uncover the truth of Sayaka's death. I didn't need someone else to tell me to do that. In Sayaka's honor, I'll swear I'll find out who the real killer is. As I raised my voice to try and give myself courage, I turned, trembling with anticipation, toward the elevator. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. Everyone else was already on the elevator when I finally stepped on. The doors closed, and the elevator started to move. The steel box descended with heavy clunking sounds toward the school's basement. I wonder if this is how a death row inmate feels when his time finally comes.
Oh,
Rather than that, is it not more like a defendant waiting to receive his judgment?
Oblivious to our shared anxiety, the elevator lowered us further and further into the bowels of the school. And we're ready for the first investigation. I'm excited yet dreadful what's going to happen.
Yeah! You finally arrived! What do you think? Doesn't it feel just like a real courtroom? It's like a Hollywood set, right?
Not even close. It's total blank.
Well now.
Okay, everyone find your side seats and sit down! Hurry up now, hurry up!
We did what he said and found our seats. The seats were arranged in a giant circle. It was set up so that everyone could see everyone else, which also meant it'd be easy for anyone to transfer their attention and unease onto anyone else. The air seemed to grow heavy as we sat there. And so, the curtain on our first case opened. A deadly judgment. A deadly deception. A deadly betrayal. Ah, hi Hifumi. A deadly riddle. A deadly defense. A deadly faith. A deadly class trial. Here we go. Yes, I would like to save, because I'm gonna mess this up knowing how bad I am. Okay. Let's open up. Let's just go through anything else that we need. We had truth bullets, right? Right. So Monokuma's file. The victim was Saikuma's own untimely death. Right. Okay. Evidence, the struggle. We'll find out what we'll need to do. I'm not too smart at this yet, but we'll figure it out. Set skills. Yes, I do have to do that. Robot Jock, what does this do? Increase your truth bullet rate of fire. Effective during the non-stop debate in the bullet time battle final strike. I'll have that. Melodious voice. Increase damage to the opponent when a statement is destroyed. Effective during. I'll have that as well, because that's the only two I do have. Okay. Well, there's nothing else to do but to finish preparations and set our way to victory.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one,
We die.
then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
And the killer really is one of us, right?
Of course.
Yeah, because why would he lie about this?
Okay then. Everyone, close your eyes. And whoever did it, raise your hand.
Like anyone's gonna fall for that.
Don't be a goddamn idiot. Why the hell would they raise their hand?
Obviously.
Before we move on and start the trial, can I ask a question real quick? What's going on with those pictures?
I'm assuming they're just gonna show who's dead.
I'd feel awful if they got left out just because they died. Friendship penetrates even death's barrier.
Yet you're playing a sadistic game, you son of a gun.
Friendship penetrates?
Mifumi, that's not what he meant, but okay.
Okay, but what about that other empty seat? There were only 15 of us to begin with, so why are there 16 seats?
A very good question. Monokuma, do you have an answer?
Oh, no reason. It's just that our little courtroom here can technically fit up to 16 people.
Okay.
Okay, that about does it for the preamble. Get ready to get started.
And I'm going to die.
First up is the case summary. Now, let the class trial begin.
Alrighty. It's about to begin. The debate to decide who we think the killer is. Anything I found, anything I noticed, I have to be ready to speak up about everything, because this isn't just about me. Everyone's lives are on the line. Your first non-stop debate is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely, because I suck! As things progress during each class trial, you will engage in non-stop debates. During these discussions, characters will speak one after another without pause. It's up to you to unearth any lies or contradictions buried in their statements. What this means is that you'll have to use your truth bullets to refute them. Any relevant truth bullets you found will be loaded into the truth cylinder. By tapping the statement directly, you're able to shoot it. Pay attention to each statement and use your truth bullets on the right ones. Note that if you run out of time, you will automatically fail, so please be careful. From the help button in the student's handbook, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck and have fun. Whew, alright. Make your argument. Evidence of a struggle, okay.
I assert that the one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizono.
No crap.
Yeah, we know that part already.
And the murder took place in Makoto's room.
Also true.
In the bathroom.
Yeah.
So it seems most likely that the killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom.
I can't shoot that.
Didn't even have a chance to
That's false.
No, it's wrong.
Obviously it gets easy from this point on, but shoot, this is gonna be difficult.
Just a second, Chihiro. Try to remember how my room looked.
Like a freaking mess.
With the way things had been damaged, I think we can definitely assume there was a struggle.
Egg freaking exactly.
A struggle? Between who and who?
Keep up, keep up, keep up. The killer and Sayaka.
Between Sayaka and the killer, of course.
Yes.
So you're saying Sayaka wasn't caught by surprise in the bathroom?
No. There would have been no way.
She must have been attacked in the main room first. Then, she ran to the bathroom to try and hide. The killer followed her in, and that's where they finished the job.
That much should have been obvious after taking one look at the scene. It shouldn't even need explaining.
For once, I agree with you.
Sorry.
You're fine. It's just... That's just how it is. No need to say sorry about that.
Okay, so what's next?
Next is the subject of the murder weapon.
Wow, this is starting to sound like a real trial.
We need to determine what was used to kill Sayaka. So in the report, that said that used a knife. But they also used a gold thing, too. Kitchen knife said, yes. The freaking gold sword.
To kill her. There was some kind of sharp object thrust into her stomach.
Yep.
Without a doubt, that is the murder weapon.
So the killer used some random knife they had on him.
Not just a random knife, buddy.
No, it's wrong.
No. I do think it was a knife, but not just any knife. I'm almost positive it was a kitchen knife.
Huh? A kitchen knife?
Yeah, because it was missing when we talked to Aoi.
After the murder, we discovered that one of the knives from the kitchen was missing.
Which means that knife must be the murder weapon.
Oh, yeah. I guess that makes sense. You could sort of see the weapon sticking out of her stomach.
Right.
And if you look real close, I could totally see that being a kitchen knife.
Okay, so the murder weapon was a kitchen knife, but where does that get us? I mean, we all know Makoto killed her, right?
Hold on, buddy. We don't jump. We don't jump to conclusions around here in this kingdom. All right, buddy?
That's right. Makoto's room was the scene of the crime. What more proof do you need?
Let me explain.
Hold on a second.
Let's draw our conclusions after we've presented our arguments. Otherwise, what's the point of the trial?
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Well, we can talk all we want. It's not going to change that conclusion.
I don't think that's true at all. I'm sure if we keep at it, something new will reveal itself.
You really believe that?
Oh, she knows. She's a smart cookie, I'll say. She's right. There's gotta be a breakthrough somewhere just waiting for us to find it. The because I know damn well I'm not the killer. There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Interested? Absolutely. You can concentrate by holding down the concentration button on the left. While concentrating, time will slow down so you can pay closer attention. Concentrating consumes focus gauge, and if it empties, you can't concentrate. But the focus gauge will recover over time, so let your brain take a rest. Well then, good luck and have fun. Okay. So what do we have now? Aoi's account. Right, we have a testimony, right?
So I guess there's no question that the kitchen knife was the murder weapon. But where does that get us?
Makoto must have taken it from the kitchen, right? Secret.
Nope, Aoi.
No, it's wrong.
Actually, can you actually say how her name's actually pronounced for me? Please?
Wait, hold on. I didn't take the knife from the kitchen.
Next, you're gonna say you're not the killer, right? Go ahead and say it all you want.
Thanks. Just let me talk.
Well, what if I have a witness? What do you think, Hina?
Okay, I'll just call you Hina, because I don't want to say Aoi just in case her name is wrong.
Remember what you were telling me earlier?
Well, I went to go get some tea from the kitchen last night, and all the knives were still there. But when I finished my tea and went back into the kitchen to wash my glass, one of the knives was gone.
So you're saying the knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in the dining hall?
Yeah.
Just to be perfectly clear, the knife disappeared while you were in the dining hall, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And at any point while you were there, did you ever see me come into the dining hall?
No, I don't think so.
Thank you. I am innocent.
You don't think so?
No, he definitely wasn't there.
Yeah. Thank you.
The knife disappeared while Hina was in the dining hall, but I wasn't there the entire time. In other words, there's no way I could have taken the knife.
Okay, then what about this? What if the idiot swimmer girl and Makoto are in on it together, and lying to protect each other?
Monokuma, step in, please.
Idiot swimmer girl?
And yeah, that is rude.
Oh, and more importantly, why would I get involved in something like that?
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
So you ask, and so I shall answer.
Give a good freaking answer, please.
Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
But what if they did work together, and they just didn't know about the rule?
That is a very good point as well.
Good grief! Enough already! No, okay? There are no accomplices in this case!
Thank you. A more definitive answer.
Oops! Did I say that out loud?
Yep. And thank you.
Anyway, I didn't go to the dining hall, and I didn't take the knife. So I'm not the killer.
Okay, so then, who did take the knife? Hina seems the obvious candidate. After all, she just said she was in the dining hall.
Yeah, but I don't think Hina will be a murderer. Yeah.
No way! I swear it wasn't me!
Sure, but can you or anyone else prove that?
I can.
Bang! Jesus.
That's right! Sakura was with me the entire time I was drinking my tea.
I hate to have to ask, but just to be sure, Sakura's...
Me.
Yeah. You want to go against her? Be my guest.
Right.
But then, couldn't either one of them have grabbed the knife?
Actually, no. Because, well...
Just spit it out already.
I stayed in Hina's room last night.
I got so scared thanks to those creepy videos. I wasn't really thinking, I just asked her to stay over. Which means we have airtight alibis.
So it can't be Sakura nor Hina.
You stayed over? Doesn't that violate one of the school regulations?
I don't think so.
We're not allowed to sleep anywhere but the dorms, but it doesn't say we have to stay in our assigned room. So, I don't think that's a problem.
Yes, that means I can say that we switched rooms. That is a fair testimony.
It is a problem. A boy and a girl spending the night together? It's unwholesome.
You want to check yourself before you wreck yourself, buddy?
But I'm a girl.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you just assume someone's gender, boy?
You are? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Well, she apologized. Apology hopefully accepted.
But if it wasn't either of you, then what other possibility is there?
Actually, there is one other possibility. Right, Hina?
Oh, yeah, that's true. One other person did come to the dining hall while we were there.
Okay, so who was that person?
Why didn't you say so in the first place?
Well, because they're not here anymore.
Dead. So, either Sayaka or Junko took the knife.
Sayaka. She's the one who came to the dining hall. And then later, she wound up dead.
So she would have to take the knife. Sayaka? Okay, so the person who took the knife from the kitchen has to be Sayaka.
Then, Sayaka is the one who took the knife?
And it has to be.
That's the only possibility. And thinking back on it, she was acting kind of unusual. When she came into the dining hall, she didn't even look at us. She just went straight to the kitchen. As she left, she said she just wanted a drink of water. But most likely...
And the person who took the knife was the victim herself.
Right, because when she went to us, she asked if we can grab a weapon. But then we were like, okay, I can protect you and all that, jibba jabba. But she went to take the knife anyway.
I'm sure she just took it for self-defense.
That's what she said. That's what she said. That's what she said it was for, but we don't know that.
So you're saying the knife she took was then taken from her, and she was killed with it? In that case, you may not have taken the knife, but you still could have killed her.
Great, we're back to square one.
What? See? He did do it after all.
You're just thirsty for me to get hanged or lynched.
No, you're wrong.
So, that's how you would twist the argument and send us all off in the wrong direction? You possess a most terrifying talent.
I don't even have a talent. I got here because I got lucky. Damn, if I don't do something, they're gonna blame me for the murder. Don't they understand? If they convict me, everyone's gonna die.
Hold on. It's still too early to decide conclusively that Makoto is the killer, wouldn't you say? Because you see, if the room did belong to the killer, then they did something most bewildering.
Okay, I'm not there yet, but go on.
And until we unravel that little mystery, you simply can't declare that he's the killer.
Bewildering? What the hell are you talking about?
Something was missing from the scene of the crime that by all rights should have been there. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
I don't actually, it's been a week. Your first Hangman's Gambit is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely. As things advance further in a class trial, the Hangman's Gambit will occur. The point of this is to reveal an important phrase related to the incident. You'll have to deduce the phrase from the letters flying around. Complete the phrase by shooting down the flying letters in the right order. Tap the screen to shoot the desired letters. If you shoot down the wrong letters, you'll suffer damage to your influence gauge. If this reaches 0, if you run out of time, you fail. Well then, good luck and have fun. Something that should have been at the scene, but wasn't. This must be a crucial point. I actually do not know what this is. If we can just figure out what that something is. I don't know what this is. Alright. Trying to think. H blank I. Right! There wasn't any hair! And then R. Because she asked if there was any hair in the room. But that was never the case. There was never any hair.
That's right. There wasn't a single hair on the floor.
So, the culprit removed some evidence?
Yes. And if I were the culprit, why would I need to get rid of all the hair in my own room? It wouldn't be unusual at all to find my hair at the crime scene if the crime scene is in my room.
The reason all the hair was gone was to remove any trace that Sayaka had ever been there. That makes sense, does it not?
No. If that were the case, they would have had to do something about the body itself, not just her hair.
Right.
Ha ha ha! Yes, very true, very true.
Okay, then why wasn't there any hair on the ground?
The killer got rid of it all, of course, to remove any trace that they had ever been there.
Wait, then that means...
It could have been any of you except for Sayaka. Obviously Sayaka. Except for Hina and Sakura.
Precisely. It's simply beyond reason to believe that the room's owner and the killer are one and the same.
Then, Makoto isn't the culprit?
Are you sure we can decide something so important based solely on the absence of some hair?
No. There are other reasons that prove why Makoto couldn't have done it.
Thank you, I got a girl by my side. Let's go.
I would like to hear these reasons.
Yes, please.
Do you remember anything remarkable about the bathroom at the scene?
The bathroom, my bathroom, you had to lift it up and the doorknob is wrecked.
Sayaka was attacked in the main room first, then fled into the bathroom, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, then they ran after her, got into the bathroom, and stabbed her.
Something between that.
And how did the killer get into the bathroom? Did they have any trouble with it?
What do you mean?
It's fairly certain that the killer had some trouble getting into the bathroom. There was clear evidence left behind. Do you remember, Makoto?
That I do remember. The killer struggled getting to the bathroom. The evidence that proves it is the object the killer broke, which is... Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? The doorknob!
I got it! Evidence that the killer had trouble getting into the bathroom. You're talking about the doorknob, right?
Huh? The doorknob? What doorknob?
You weren't in my room, so you would not know.
The doorknob for my bathroom. It was completely broken. See how the top part was unscrewed? And the doorknob's about ready to fall off?
They were trying to break the doorknob, essentially.
Oh yeah, true. But what does it mean?
In trying to bypass the lock, they ended up nearly removing the entire doorknob. This is another most bewildering act for the room's owner. It proves Makoto is beyond suspicion.
Yeah, because why would I have to break my own doorknob?
So what? You're saying he wouldn't break the door in his own room?
Yeah, why would I?
But if the only choice you have is to break it, you break it. There's nothing bewildering about it.
Problem is, the bathroom, how my bathroom works is that you have to lift the door open.
You still don't see? Okay then. Let's take another look at how the incident unfolded. Hopefully that will help you understand.
Kyoko said it was a bewildering act. I almost didn't notice it at first, but is that the key point here?
There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates interested, absolutely. From here on out, the number of weak spots will start going up. But no matter how many weak spots, there's only one lie or contradiction. What I'm trying to say is, not all weak spots you see are necessarily false. Use a truth point bullet on the wrong one, and not only will you fail to refute them, your influence gauge will take damage. Now this is important because if your influence gauge reaches 0, you fail. Rely on logic to determine which weak spots are actually lies or contradictions. Logic, not a very strong weapon of mine, but I'll try. Well then, good luck and have fun. Alright. So what points do we have? Bathroom door frame. Gotcha, because my door lifts up. That's how it works.
The incident took place in Makoto's room.
Check, check, check.
Sayaka was first attacked in the main room.
Yep.
She then fled into the bathroom.
Yep.
Then the killer ran after her.
Yep.
And they got into the bathroom.
Yeah.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door. Because Sayaka had locked it.
That's not how it works. I missed it!
To
finish the job.
God dang it.
already know the answer.
Not because of me, because the door locked. No, there's a different reason entirely. I know what it is.
Took place in Makoto's room.
Go, 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 go.
She then fled into the bathroom.
Right around.
And they got into the bathroom. At that point, the killer
Here,
had
try to
to
bust
try and
down.
bust down the door because Sayaka had locked.
You can't lock the door.
No, it's wrong.
There we go. I missed it the first time. I'm an idiot, okay?
The reason my bathroom didn't open wasn't because it was locked.
No.
After all, the girls' rooms are the only ones with locking bathrooms, right?
Yes. Yes. Now that you mention it, that is true.
Did you just say yes twice? Wow, that's not what I expected, but okay.
Then why didn't your bathroom door open?
Because that's not how it works.
Because it was stuck.
Huh? What are you talking about?
My bathroom door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. Monokuma over there can testify to that.
Yup, true as true can be.
I even got the bear to tell me that I'm right. Get on my level.
But you know, you're supposed to be the ultimate lucky student, right? But you have such a cruddy door. That's not lucky at all.
To be fair, you determined my luck by just giving me an application. You can just do that and call anyone lucky.
So the reason the door didn't open was just because it was stuck. But the killer didn't know that and assumed it was locked. So they tore apart the doorknob to get in.
And I know that door opens that way, so it can't be me.
Okay, but then why would the killer even think the door was locked in the first place? Everyone should have known you can't lock any of the boys' bathrooms.
Because he must have thought he was going for me.
The killer could easily make that mistake, thanks to one important detail about the scene of the crime.
Killer was convinced the bathroom door was locked, but they didn't know that the door actually couldn't be locked. In other words, the important detail about the scene of the crime that they didn't know was the crime took in Sayaka's room. No. It's in my room. Sorry. My room. That's I screwed that up. Ignore that.
The killer must not have realized that it was my room.
What? Are you saying the culprit didn't even know where he was? That's inconceivable.
I accidentally just duped myself, so that's fun.
And yet, he's absolutely right.
Say what?
Well, to be more specific, what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had switched rooms, which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom. If Sayaka had been in her own room, then
there would have been a lock on the door, and they would have had to break through.
So they had no idea how unnecessary their actions were.
Right.
Ultimately, we can't know if it came open by force or simply by accident. But the killer must have been considerably confused, with no idea how they actually got the door open.
Regardless, it was a pointless act. Wasting time trying to break down a door that wasn't locked is
Definitely something I wouldn't do, since I would have known exactly why it wasn't opening, right?
Therefore, I am clean.
That is a definite possibility.
Ha!
So the killer would have to be someone who didn't know they'd switched rooms?
So it has to be a boy.
Then Makoto couldn't have done it.
That's what I've been trying to tell you.
Okay, then who did do it?
I'm sorry, but I give up. Quit without saving.
No! That's not how it works. I can do that.
But what happens if we can't decide on who we think did it?
We all get died, we all get punished, we all get died. That's not even a sentence, but we all get dead.
Well, why don't we just vote right now? Majority rules.
Are you a freaking idiot? No!
Majority rules? You really think that's a good idea?
Yeah, our necks are on the line here. Someone seriously needs to do something. For serious.
So, this has to eliminate...
Does no
it
one
doesn't
have
eliminate
any
anyone.
other thoughts or questions? It does not matter how trivial they may seem.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I do have one question.
Oh, you...
You don't gotta sound so disappointed.
It's fine, it's fine. Just ask your question.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Okay, so, well, I was just wondering, How did the culprit get into Makoto's room in the first place?
That's a very good question, because freaking Sayaka said that she would never open the door for anyone.
Yes. How did the killer get inside?
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the key somewhere.
No.
And the culprit picked it up. That's possible, right?
No, that can't be possible.
I don't think so. That seems way too convenient.
Then maybe someone picked the lock?
With what?
Negative! If you remember, Monokuma made it quite clear that the locks are all unpickable.
Thank you. That's a good point.
Fine. How about this? The killer got in the easy way.
They knocked.
They could have knocked and said they wanted to talk or something, and Miss Maizono just let him in.
Yeah, but Sayaka said she wouldn't open the door for anyone. That's the thing.
No, that can't be it either.
Oh, trying to argue against me? Sounds like someone doesn't know his place.
I know my place because I talked to her, you scumbag.
Hello? Why exactly can't that be it?
Let me explain. Because she asked me to do something in particular because of how frightened she was. That's the answer right there. There's no way Sayaka to let someone in because, where was it? Switching rooms. I need to see the details on this. This room is on that. Maybe. Sayaka's wrist, door frame. Don't play nameplates. It's gonna trash your. We switched rooms, so we had each other's keys.
I got it!
Nice.
Sayaka was already scared, remember? That's why she asked me to switch rooms in the first place.
The same goes for you, Sayaka.
Wow. I am an idiot and a half. The same goes for you, Sayaka. No matter who it is, don't open your door for anyone.
Even I'm sure it's you, I absolutely won't open it. Otherwise, what's the point of even switching?
Knowing what she'd been through, I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
What if her being scared was a lie?
That's a possibility.
Huh? Well, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about something like that?
Because of the tape.
I know you don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me. Can you still deny the possibility?
There's something I want to talk to you about. Just us two. In 5 minutes, come to see me in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay?
I found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil.
That's what you did.
And these are the words that appear.
Oh man! I've totally seen people do that on detective shows. When you write, it can leave an imprint. Sketch over the next sheet of paper, and you can see the words. When I saw that, I was like, holy crap! I better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now on.
It's a pretty old-fashioned technique, but even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes.
So we now will know that Sayaka was BSing.
Oh, and I should also mention, I found the notepad on the desk in Makoto's room.
So she has to have written it.
Huh? Which means only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
Then either it was Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka who switched rooms for a single night.
So, Makoto, did you write this?
No.
No, I didn't. But
of course you didn't. Because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature.
So she tried to kill me. Then that note, Sayaka wrote it.
But why? Why would she write that?
She has the knife, so she wanted to kill me.
The note was likely her way of getting in touch with a certain someone.
Or was it me? Or was she trying to get someone else? I don't know.
She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them in secret.
If you got an invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation, what young man could resist?
Of course, I'm only into 2D, so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
Whatever you say, Ufumi.
But can we be sure anyone even got this note? And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened.
No. No, someone had to come into that room.
Huh?
What makes you say that?
Would you like to hear what I have to say?
I might as well.
Very well then. Pay attention.
Okay, here we go. How can this be possible? She did go into the room. Dorm nameplates. They were switched at the end.
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct? But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says, my room.
I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Exactly. The room that Makoto was staying in.
I missed.
So in other words,
I
even
missed.
if someone did read the note and did what it said, they would not have any connection to what happened.
It certainly would seem
Okay.
that way.
The killer went into my room instead of Sayaka's, and the reason for that is it has to be because of what got switched between my and Sakura's room, which is the nameplates.
Sayaka and Makoto switched
So it has to be.
It specifically says my room.
I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
But
Exactly. The room.
it would be my room.
No, it's wrong.
Gotcha.
Nameplates on my and Sayaka's rooms got switched.
They got switched?
Bingo! They got switched at the end when I was trying to go to Sayaka's room to get that DVD.
That's right. The nameplates got switched, just like the rooms themselves. As a result, the nameplate on Sayaka's room actually had Makoto's name. And the nameplate on Makoto's room had Sayaka's.
So what you're saying is, the room Sayaka was staying in was actually marked as her room.
Then, if someone did do what the note said, they would end up at Makoto's room where Sayaka was.
Plus, their rooms are right next to each other, so switching the nameplates would be no problem.
It's weird. Why would they do that though?
And the one who switched the names was... Well, of course it wasn't you, right, Makoto?
No, because I am a fool. I am an idiot. I am dense.
Right?
Okay, then who did it?
The killer. There's only one person who could have switched the nameplates. The killer. Okay, never mind.
Shoot!
So Sayaka switched it.
I got it!
So she was planning
Me and Sayaka
a lot
were
the
the
whole
only ones who
time.
ever knew about us switching rooms.
So she was planning this the whole time. Dang, son!
So the only other person besides me who would even know to switch the nameplates was Sayaka.
You can also infer as much from her note.
There's something I want you to talk about, just us two. In 5 minutes, come to see me in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay? Because why would you say that? That makes sense.
She specifically tells the reader to check the nameplate. She would only have written that if she knew the nameplates had been switched.
But why would she switch them in the first place?
She wanted someone to come to the room she was in, and also hide the fact that it was Makoto's room.
Wow. So she intentionally switched the nameplates when we switched to make sure that my room would be labeled as Sayaka and Sayaka's room would be labeled as Makoto. Okay.
What?
Inviting someone to your room, but not telling them you'd switched rooms. Why would anyone do that?
To understand that, we first need to understand what happened after she invited the person into the room. That's where the answer lies.
What happened then was probably whoever she invited over came in and attacked her.
We don't know that because she could have attacked him.
We figured it out! We know who did it! Whoever she invited over is the culprit!
But we still don't know who it is, you goddamn idiot!
Exactly.
Sayaka fought with her killer there in the room, yes? Perhaps the answer to our previous question lies in that initial struggle.
Yes, I think you're right.
Then... we just have to figure out what happened during the fight, right?
That reminds me. There was a replica sword at the murder scene. Was that perhaps used during the fight?
For sure.
Oh yeah. What's the deal with that sword?
Sayaka suggested I should hold on to it. I thought it might come in handy if I had to defend myself. It it seems pretty likely that the killer used it to break Sayaka's right wrist.
Yeah, because there's gold left on her wrist.
How the hell could you possibly know that's what broke her wrist?
Because there's gold on her wrist. The reason I know Sayaka's wrist was broken with the fake sword is because when you look at her wrist, there's no doubt. Where is it? There is gold on that wrist.
I got it! All you have to do is take a good look at her broken wrist, and it should become pretty clear. Right there where her wrist is all swollen. There's something glittery there. See?
Is that gold?
Gold covering, but sure.
It sure is. Specifically, the gold coating from the replica sword. You barely have to touch that stuff, and it'll stick right to you. And there's some on her wrist because...
I got it! Because she got hit with the sword, right there on her wrist!
Well, the sheath, I think.
I see. And so the truth draws ever closer.
Alright, then it's about time to solve this mystery.
Okay. What happens in my room? And what led to Sayaka's death? That's what we need to make clear. There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Interested? Absolutely. Are you getting used to these non-stop debates? Sure am. Starting with the next debate, I'll start loading multiple truth bullets. But just like with the weak spots, only one of those bullets will work. In other words, from here on out, you'll have to combine the right truth bullets, the right weak spots. If you come out with the wrong combination, you'll take influence gauge damage. Tap the cylinder to cycle through each bullet. Tap and hold the cylinder to select the bullet to load. By the way, if the logic difficulty is set to kind, your bullets will be loaded. For our purposes this time, the logic difficulty will be set to mean. Well then, good luck and have fun. Alright, this is gonna get a little harder now, but that's okay. Replica sword sheath, kitchen knife set, replica sword. Has to be the sheath.
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the...
Oh, sorry, didn't mean to click that. Didn't mean to click that.
And that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack.
Well, I'll hold on to that.
Is my Zono's wrist.
So she tried to fight back. She grabbed the kitchen knife she had hidden away.
I'm just gonna listen to this.
The culprit took that from her too.
And they killed her with it.
And that's exactly what happened.
No, that can't be. The person with the sword really did attack first. There's no explanation for how a certain part of the sword got damaged, which is the sheath.
The fighting broke out. The culprit grabbed the sword.
Right.
And that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack.
It was not a sneak attack at all. It can't be. Because why would you use a sheath instead of taking out the freaking sword?
Actually, no. I don't think the fight started with the sword.
Why not?
Because the sword's sheath had been scratched. See? There's a gash in it. Like someone cut into it with something sharp.
So that means Sayaka started the encounter.
Something sharp? You mean like the kitchen knife? That was the only sharp thing found at the scene.
Stop jumping ahead. Slow down and explain it so I get what the hell's going on.
If the sword was used first, there wouldn't be any explanation for the scratch on the sheath. If you were going to attack with the sword, you'd take it out of the sheath first, right?
You'd have to.
That's true. With the sheath on, it'd be heavy and bulky and useless as shit.
And we got someone from the Yakuza or whatever. Gangs. Yeah. You have some knowledge.
Okay, so how did the sheath get damaged?
Sayaka did it.
If they got attacked with the kitchen knife, maybe they grabbed the sword as a defensive impulse. In that situation, there wouldn't be any time to actually unsheath the sword.
So you're saying the sword was initially used to defend against an attack from the knife?
Which means whoever had the kitchen knife was the one who attacked first.
I think I get it. So here's how it all played out. The culprit came in, found the kitchen knife hidden there somewhere.
No, I don't think so.
Then they took the knife and attacked Sayaka before she knew what was happening.
No, Sayaka would already have the knife.
So she grabbed the sword to defend herself, but then the culprit took that from her too. Then, after they broke her wrist with the sword, they took the knife and finished it.
You sure you're right about that? Because I'm not even sure myself.
Sorry, but I don't think Sayaka used the sword
Yeah.
to defend herself.
That wouldn't be possible.
What? How the hell can you not think that?
because she never held the sword at all. There's a certain part of her body that makes this clear.
Her hands. The part of her body that shows she never used the sword. If you want to use the sword, which part of the body would you have to touch it? Her palms.
I got it! You're talking about her palms, right? The palms of her hands were perfectly clean, so I don't think she ever picked up the sword.
How can you know that just by looking at her palms?
Because whenever you pick up a sword that's just covered in crappy gold covering, it's gonna stick. So, if she even touched the sword, even for a little bit, that gold would have been on your hands.
Like I said before, the gold coating on that sword comes right off. All you have to do is touch it.
Right.
In fact, if you look, you'll notice that a lot of the gold has already come off the handle. It's safe to assume that's because whoever used the sword got some of it on their hands. There's really no way she could have picked it up and come away completely clean.
Maybe she washed her hands after she escaped into the bathroom.
Well, I don't... That's very unlikely, but okay.
Sorry, but I don't think so.
Why do you say that? Is it because you think I'm ugly?
I'm raising my hands up for this one. No.
No, that's not it at all.
No, not touching that one. There's no way Sayaka washed the gold coating off her hands because there's a certain regulation that talks about what happens to the bathrooms at nighttime because the water was off.
According to the Monokuma file, Sayaka's time of death was around 1:30 a.m.
I didn't even think of that. Thank you, game.
In other words, at nighttime. And the water in the bathroom shuts off at nighttime, right?
Oh, I didn't know that. Actually, I haven't taken a shower.
TMI, but okay.
Oh my.
You're no different. You smell like a big fat ugly donkey.
Okay. Now, I like how she brought up that we're saying that because we think she's ugly. Then she has the audacity to call someone else ugly. Okay. Okay.
I'm not sure whether to take that as an insult or a compliment.
Whatever you want to take that as, buddy.
Insult, obviously.
So anyway, if Sayaka never touched the sword, then that means the killer is the only one who used the sword. But hold on. If that's right, then the one who damaged the sheath with the kitchen knife was...
Sayaka. The one she damaged the sheath would have to been the one without the sword. So Sayaka.
Sayaka? She had the kitchen knife?
But we already said that the attack started with...
The person with the knife attacked first, and the sword was used as an impromptu defense.
So Sayaka really did try to kill someone.
Then the one who attacked first was...
Sayaka?
Bingo.
Now do you understand? She wasn't a blameless victim in this.
No, far from it. It's almost as if she'd been planning to commit a murder of her own.
What?
She took the knife from the kitchen, then invited the culprit to the room she was staying in. And if it's true that she had the kitchen knife and attacked without provocation...
Indeed. These are all the actions of an assailant.
Which brings up another point. Makoto, Sayaka was the one who suggested you two switch rooms, correct?
Yeah.
Maybe the reason she wanted to switch rooms was so that she could pin the crime on you. That is a possibility, is it not?
Sayaka wanted to... on me?
That would also explain why she would switch the nameplates.
Very much so.
She wanted to get whoever she had targeted to come to Makoto's room where she was staying. And by committing the murder there, instead of her room, that would implicate Makoto. But for that to work, the target had to be lured out while still keeping the room swap a secret. If the target knew she had switched rooms, they would have become suspicious right away.
So all that's why she switched the names?
But doesn't that plan seem a little risky?
Makes sense, because... Did you see her video?
For one
Actually,
thing,
no, you did not.
if the plan worked, Mr. Naegi would just tell everyone they'd switched rooms.
I don't know. I'm not sure our soft-hearted Makoto is capable of that kind of cutthroat behavior. I'm sure Sayaka realized the same thing, which is why out of all of us, she asked him to switch rooms.
Plus, she was the ultimate pop sensation. totally forgettable kid, or a national superstar, who are you more likely to believe?
Thanks. Love you too.
Wait, then you're saying she had this all planned out?
Holy
Thanks for me bleeping out stuff. Lovely.
But in the end, her plan backfired. She launched her attack with the knife, then found herself under attack in turn. That must be when her wrist got broken, and she was forced to drop the knife.
The tables were suddenly turned on her, and she died at the hands of the one she'd planned to murder.
Just hold on! That can't be true!
I'm sorry, Makoto, but I don't know what else to say, buddy.
Because...
You don't got anything, buddy. I'm sorry.
Hey! You guys have totally derailed the argument.
Makoto had derailed the argument. Me.
You're being super boring right now. Come on, hurry up and decide who did it. Wouldn't it be awful if I had to punish you all just because you ran out of time?
Oh yeah, we gotta decide who we think did it.
Makoto, right now you just need to concentrate on figuring out the answer to this mystery. If we can't uncover who murdered Sayaka, it's over for all of us.
Is it really all over? Obviously, I'm committed to finding out who killed her, but what can I do? I mean, as far as clues go, there's nothing left. I wouldn't say nothing quite yet, Makoto. We still got time. Dying message. Right.
It's easy just to say, hey, decide who did it. But there just aren't any more clues, right?
Liar!
No, it's wrong.
Bull crap! Instant bull
There
crap.
might be one clue left. Sayaka's dying message.
Dining? Wait, what did you say?
Dying, as in death.
The dying message. She wrote something on the wall behind her, remember? 11037. Written in her own blood. There must be a clue about the killer hidden in there.
Well, before we get too far into that, I need to ask, can we really be sure that Sayaka is the one who wrote it?
Yes. Confident. 100% absolutely sure. There's no question that Sayaka wrote that message, and I can prove it with her left index finger.
Her left index finger had blood on it. That could only be because she used that finger to write the message.
I see. She broke her right wrist during the fight, so she'd have to use her left hand to write.
Sure. I think we can all agree Sayaka wrote it. But still, what the heck do those numbers mean? 11037?
Hey, Chihiro. You're a computer nerd or whatever, right? You should know all about numbers.
Thank you for another bleeping out. Thanks.
No, that's not... Yes, I'm a programmer, but I don't see any kind of meaning in these numbers.
Of course. It's because they're not numbers.
Oh, yeah, it looks like...
Huh? What? What?
No, it's just... look at the numbers, assuming they're not numbers. Don't these first two, 1-1, look less like two numbers and more like one letter?
Ah.
Ah, you're right. The connecting line is barely there, so I assumed it was 1-1, but...
We found our culprit, boys and girls.
Looking at it now, you could also read it as an N.
Whoa. You might have finally just said something worth a shit.
Yeah. We found out who it is.
Our little gray cells are really getting excited now.
But even if that really is an N, N037, doesn't make any more sense than before.
Oh, it does. Damn it. It's no use. I just don't know. But I do.
Rotate the image 180 degrees.
Huh? Rotate it. I think maybe I see something.
Oh my god. Now I see. She wrote down the killer's name.
Now you know who it is, buddy.
Huh? You just shot past the clue part and right onto who did it.
So, whose name did she write?
Saiga's dying message reveals the real killer's name. And we know exactly who we're talking about here. If you turn her message 180 degrees, it should become crystal clear. Select someone, and I know exactly who it is. I am sorry that it has come to this, but there it is. If I have the image up right now, there it is. If you rotate it right about now, that's the name that is written. So it has to be this guy.
Here's my answer. The key to solving this mystery was simply to rotate the writing 180 degrees. If you turn the message around, it becomes the letters L-E-O-N.
There it is.
L-E-O-N, or more accurately, Leon.
You've been caught, sadly. And I feel bad because you didn't try to kill her until she tried to kill you. I feel less bad.
What the hell are you talking about? It's just a coincidence.
I don't think so, sadly.
It's just a bunch of random squiggles that happen to look like my name.
Can't be.
No, it's not random at all. She wrote that message on the wall behind her as she was leaning up against it. In that position, she couldn't move to write normally, and had to write upside down, as it were. And as a result, when you look at it standing in front of her, it ends up getting flipped. Try it for yourself if you want. Write something sitting like her, and the letters will be inverted.
Yeah. I'm actually doing that to my wall a little bit. Sorry, buddy. That ain't much of a stretch. That's the truth.
I'm the killer? You can't just go and say like that.
Blank out that curse word. Thank you very much.
If you're not the killer, then why did you try to destroy the evidence?
Huh?
You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The evidence Leon tried to get rid of?
Right. The evidence that Leon tried to get rid of. It's that thing that I found on the ground in front of the incinerator. Which is that freaking cloth. Burnt shirt piece.
I got it! You mean the burnt shirt piece I found laying on the ground by the incinerator, right?
As the killer stabbed Sayaka, they must have gotten some of her blood on them. And to dispose of the shirt covered in the victim's blood, they threw it into the incinerator.
But one piece burned off and got left behind.
And the killer didn't notice. If they had, they most certainly would have panicked. Isn't that right, Leon?
You're in the corner. I'm sorry.
But is one scrap of fabric enough to conclude that Leon is guilty?
Yeah, I mean, Leon's not the only one wearing a white button-up.
That's right. There are plenty of other people here with shirts like mine. With just that one little charred piece, there's no way you can say for sure who it belongs to.
You're right. That alone isn't enough. But there are some other points that may reveal the truth.
Are you finally starting to understand? The answers to all the riddles are right here.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's get at it then. The burnt remains of the button-up shirt, which the killer wasn't able to get rid of. There's something about it we need to pay attention to in order to figure out who's responsible. How it was disposed of. Because I remember there's a crystal ball.
How the shirt was disposed of. We should be able to figure out who the killer is.
Yeah, because there's a crystal ball that got shattered.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I think I know what you're gonna say. You can't reach the incinerator without opening the gate in front of the trash room, right? And obviously, you wouldn't be able to hit the switch to turn it on either. You'd need the key to get in, and the one with the key was the person on cleaning duty.
Hifumi, yes, but why?
So the killer had to be whoever was in charge of taking care of the trash, right?
Interesting.
Yeah, you just realized, didn't you, buddy? No, that's wrong. There was another way to use the incinerator without being the one on cleaning duty. And that's exactly what proves that Leon is the real killer. I know exactly what that is. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Beautiful.
The key to the trash room. whoever was on cleaning duty must have had it, right?
Which is
The
Hifumi.
only one who could get to the incinerator, the person in charge of the trash?
Have to get close to the incinerator. No, that's wrong.
I was gonna freaking use the bolt on the wrong thing. Thank God I missed it.
Hold on. I think I know how someone could dispose of the evidence without using the trash room key.
But if you can't get past the gate, you couldn't possibly turn on the incinerator, could you?
Yes, you could. If you used this.
What is it, some kind of glass ball? It's busted to hell.
Actually, it was supposed to be a crystal ball,
But how would you use it?
The killer had to use the glass ball in a certain way, which was to throw it.
The killer simply took aim at the incinerator switch and threw the ball through a gap in the gate. All they had to do was hit that switch, and the incinerator would come to life.
Someone threw that through a gap in the gate?
Remember what you said before, Hifumi?
Huh? Someone turned the incinerator on. Very strange. I'm quite certain it was all last time I was down here. Perhaps it was the work of a fairy.
Hifumi had the key, so the only way the incinerator could have been turned on without his knowledge
Was that someone was behind the gate.
was because the killer was able to hit the switch without opening the gate. Once they got the incinerator going, all they had to do was ball up the shirt and toss it in.
Hey, come on! What the hell is this?
All you have to do is look at the scene to know that the killer never actually went inside the trash room. The shards of broken glass, the incinerator left running, the piece of shirt that escaped the fire. If the killer had been on cleaning duty, the evidence would have been taken care of much more thoroughly.
Wait, no, just hold on.
I'm sorry, you got nothing.
But the distance from the gate to the incinerator has to be at least 30 feet, right?
Yeah, but look at the person we're talking about here.
The pinpoint accuracy you'd need to throw a glass ball that far and hit something that small. Could someone really do that?
Yes.
That's right. There's no way. It'd be impossible.
Difficult, absolutely. Impossible? I don't think so. Because the killer is...
It wouldn't have been much of a challenge at all for the killer because you sir, was the ultimate baseball star.
I got it! Because the killer is the ultimate baseball star. Isn't that right, Leon?
Do you have any idea how stupid you sound right now?
Not really, because who else would have been able to do it?
A target 30 feet away would surely be little challenge for the ultimate baseball star.
You can't be serious. I'm not the killer! These goddamn brains have got it all wrong, I'm telling you!
Sorry, buddy.
You still won't admit it? Okay then. Makoto, go ahead and review the incident one more time to make his crime perfectly clear.
I'll try my best.
And with that, we can end this.
Listen to me! What the hell do you mean, end this?
Say what you want, Leon. But all the questions have been answered, and the truth has been revealed. Now here's what happened.
The closing argument is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely. Every case has one last element to bring the class trial to an end. Closing argument. In this phase, you'll give a complete summary of the case. You'll have to reproduce the flow of events for the case in the form of a comic book. However, you'll notice that in the comic there are a number of pieces missing. It's up to you to complete the comic using the provided truth panels. Also, if you take aim at a missing section and tap it, holy cow, you get a hint that might lead to a breakthrough. Well then, good luck and have fun. Let's do this, boys! Alright, this is gonna take a while. I have 20 minutes, it looks like. Okay.
Here's exactly what happened.
Did I do it? I got it! Let's go, boys!
Better take one more look back at the case from the beginning. Last night, the killer went to the room Sayaka was in. In other words, my room. From what we can tell, Sayaka invited that person there intending to kill them. She attacked them with the knife she'd taken from the kitchen earlier.
Then there's the
Then
block.
something happened that she wasn't prepared for. They grabbed the fake sword I put in my room and fought back.
Yeah, if she didn't say that I should take the sword, then that would have worked out for her. But she told me to take it, so I took it. Let's see if this works.
During the struggle, a strike from the sword broke Sayaka's right wrist.
Okay, I got it.
And that's when she lost her grip on the kitchen knife. Finding herself cornered, Sayaka panicked and ran into the bathroom. The killer went after her, but couldn't get the bathroom door open. What they didn't know was that my bathroom door got stuck easily, and there was a trick to opening it. Sayaka knew about that because I told her, but of course the killer had no way of knowing. So instead, the killer forced the door open, took the kitchen knife, and stabbed Sayaka. But with what strength she had remaining, Sayaka left a dying message. To keep the killer from noticing, she wrote it on the wall behind her. And with that, all her strength was gone. With Sayaka dead, the killer quickly began destroying the evidence. First, they took off their shirt, which was covered in their victim's blood.
Here he goes, cleaning everything.
Then they took the lint roller in my room and cleaned up the entire area. They wanted to make sure they got rid of any trace they'd ever been there. Afterwards, the killer headed to the trash room to destroy their bloody shirt. They tried to burn the shirt using the incinerator there, but the trash room was blocked off by an especially sturdy gate, preventing access to the incinerator. So they came up with a plan to use Hiro's crystal ball, which he'd left in the laundry room. The killer managed to throw the ball through the gap in the gate and hit the incinerator switch. For any normal person, that'd be an impossible throw. But the killer had the confidence to take a shot. And that's because the killer was the ultimate baseball star. The crystal ball, thrown with absolute precision, hit the switch on the incinerator, which then quickly roared to life.
I got it. Sorry, I was just listening because I was so scared I was gonna mess something up again.
Having destroyed the final piece of evidence, they left the area with, I imagine, a sigh of relief. But there was one thing they missed. Part of the shirt they'd thrown into the fire burnt away and fell out of the incinerator. The killer didn't notice this, and so left behind a piece of indisputable evidence. Isn't that right, Leon?
I got you. I'm sorry. I know you didn't mean to kill her, but you did, and we're trying to survive, so that's GG's.
It would appear that Hiro simply forgot his crystal ball in the laundry room. You went there to try and wash the blood out of your shirt, and that's where you saw it, right? Seeing the ball, you thought of a way to take care of everything.
So, Leon, do you object to anything that's been said?
I bet he does.
Do I object? Hell yes, I object! Of course I do! I object! I object! I object! I mean, all of this is just a bunch of stupid theories! You need evidence! Where's the evidence?
We gave you your evidence, sir.
Without evidence, it's all refuse to acknowledge it!
It's evidence that's against you. That's why you're refusing to acknowledge it.
Well then, I guess this is as good a time as any to present the evidence that proves you did it. Makoto, I believe you're in possession of that evidence.
I have the evidence. Your Phyllis bullet time battle is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely. Sometimes during class trial, your opponent simply won't want to hear you. When this happens, you engage them in a head-to-head battle. We like to refer to this as the bullet time battle, aka the BTB BTW. During the BTB, you want to destroy your opponent's words to the rhythm. Okay, this sounds very confusing. Tap on the screen to lock onto an opponent statement. Tap the attack button on the left as the tempo marker reaches the center. Okay. Use this method to deal damage to your opponent. Do this consecutively and you'll start a combo. Keep going, you'll tempo up. On the flip side, if you keep missing, you'll get a tempo down situation. And the tempo changes, so does the timing for hitting each button. So watch out for that. Deal enough damage to your opponent and their weak spot statement will appear. At that point, you can tap the screen to shoot it with a troop bullet. Okay. Refute their statement fast enough and you'll come out victorious. But just like before, if your influence gauge reaches 0 or you just run out of time, you fail. Well then, good luck and have fun. Okay, this is a weird one. I'm not sure I'm used to this.
When they removed the screws from the doorknob, they didn't use anything from your room to do it. Instead, they must have used something that belonged to them.
They used something of their own to remove the screws? Could it have been...
I refuse to acknowledge you! You're stupid! Stupid, stupid, stupid! Stupid, 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 stupid!
This is not helping your case. Okay. I have to show indisputable evidence that Leon is the killer. I need to figure it out. Here we go. Moment of truth. Alright, time for this game again. Let's do this. Okay. I'm starting to get the hang of it, although it's a little bit hard as I screw up twice there, but that's okay. But I'm doing it though. That's the most important part. I'm doing it. Thank God I'm doing it. But I screw up there. Lovely! I spoke a little too soon, but that's okay. But I got this, I got this, I got this. There we go. He's close. Just keep going. Makoto, you got this. Okay, I got this now.
Not a chance.
Got it. Final strike.
Where's your proof?
This is my proof.
Prove it.
Got it. Okay. That is tough. Surprisingly, I don't get that one.
The screws on the bathroom doorknob were removed. I wonder what kind of tool the killer used to remove them.
I mean, it had to be a screwdriver, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure the toolkits we got each had one inside.
And that must be what he used. There aren't any other tools anywhere.
But the toolkit in my room had clearly never been used.
That's because the culprit didn't know it was your room. They thought they were in Sayaka's room.
Only the boys got toolkits, so the killer naturally assumed there wouldn't be one in there.
Okay, then whose toolkit did the killer use?
Stupid, stupid, stupid!
Their own.
It had to be their very own toolkit.
Stupid, 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 stupid!
Listen, come on.
Leon, would you mind showing us your toolkit? If I'm right about this, then the screwdriver will show some evidence of being used.
Stupid, stupid, stupid!
Huh?
Gotcha.
And if you say you used it for something else, you'll have to explain exactly when, where, and why.
And let me say this right now. I lost it isn't an excuse at this point.
Stupid. Stupid.
You got him. Dang.
So, you have no rebuttal?
Then it would seem we are finished here.
That's it. I'm sorry, but we got you. Sorry, I screwed up the end because I don't know how that works. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Did I get an A average? Thank you.
Looks like you've reached your verdict. Then are we ready to cast our votes? You all have a lever in front of you. Use it to make your selection. Oh, just to remind you all, make triple sure you vote for someone. You wouldn't want to be punished for something so minor, right? Okay, then let's get excited! Who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Well, we know who it's gonna be, and here it comes. Survey says... Leon! We done did it. Somehow. With my stupid logic.
Uh-oh! Looks like you got it right on the money! The Blackened in this case, the one that killed Saika, was none other than Leon Kuwata!
Huh? Hey, hold on.
Hold on for a second. Leon, did you really kill Saika?
But...
I don't believe it!
You son of a...
Son of a blank. What the hell is wrong with you?
I didn't have a choice.
Thank you. It was kill or be killed.
So, that's why...
I killed her first.
None of you are any different!
One wrong step and you'd be the one standing here. There's complete chance that I would wind up like this.
I was just... unlucky. That's all. Hey! Come on!
You expect me to just accept my death? Everything's become clear. The decision we made was right after all. But when I think about that, honestly, I'd be better off if we'd been wrong. Because if what we came up with really is the truth, then that truth is that Saika was trying to frame me. But even if that's true, I can't say she was wrong. After all, the mastermind. It's all because of that video. Even I couldn't handle what I saw in there. If I was her and the video actually had something to do with me, I can't even imagine.
Now that we're trapped in here with no way out, they're probably waiting for me.
Why?
I can't afford to be stuck in here.
The one thing that was more important to her than anything else, her dreams, her friends. To have to see something like that happen to them, and Saika?
I did whatever it took to reach that dream. I mean it, even some things that weren't so pleasant.
And that's why Saika, for the friends that meant so much to her, that's why she betrayed me. So when she said,
No matter what happens, please always be there for me. I need you on my side.
she was lying to me from the very beginning. She was using me. Is that why she talked to me in the first place? I guess I'll never know. Because there's nothing I can do to ask her what she was thinking. Once you're dead, that's that.
Boy howdy! The entertainment industry must be a terrifying, huh? I mean, to try to kill someone just because of those relationships. She seems so nice and lovely on the outside, but inside she descended into pure madness.
What did you say?
I understand, I really do. Yep. You're in utter despair thanks to Saika's betrayal. right? Compassion, intimacy, love. The stronger those feelings, the stronger the despair when they collapse.
Stop screwing with us. This is all your fault. Taiga being forced to do something like that. All of it. Everything. It's all your fault. Suddenly, in a frenzy, I lunged at Monokuma. But
That's enough.
as angry as I was, Kyoko latched onto my arm without hesitation. Her grip was like iron, strong enough I was sure it would leave a bruise.
Calm down.
If you really want to make her enemies pay for what they've done, you need to let go for now. Damn it!
Ah, that was a close one. I thought for sure you were gonna give me a good walloping. Just barely avoided punishment, you did.
Yes, indeed.
Now then, since you so magnificently revealed the identity of the killer during the class trial, the blackened Leon Kawada will receive his punishment!
Punishment? You mean execution? Wait a second!
I didn't have a choice. I had to kill her.
Yeah, that's it.
I was just protecting myself from the heat in the moment. It was self-defense.
How exactly was it self-defense? When you forced your way into the bathroom, did you or did you not use your very own toolkit? After she shut herself in the bathroom, you went out of your way to head back to your own room. Then, you came all the way back, broke into the bathroom, and killed her. Am I wrong?
Do you understand?
You had any number of chances to stop what you were doing, but you chose not to. Is it not because you had an unclouded intent to commit murder?
So,
No,
that's why...
no, that's not. Stop it. I've had enough of this.
Oh,
Oh, are you sure? You're closer to her than anyone, are you not? He killed your precious Aika. Do you understand?
I can't say Leon is solely to blame. Of course, I don't plan on blaming Saika either. Because the one to blame is him.
What?
If it weren't for you, this never would have happened to Saika or Leon. We shouldn't be fighting each other. We should be fighting against the one who put us in the situation, the mastermind.
Uh-oh, did you awaken to your sense of justice?
Hey,
Well, just so happens that there's nothing more unethical than an unwavering sense of justice. After all, it's people with that sort of mentality that perpetuate war all over the world. Is that the kind of justice that is awakened within you?
Just shut up.
Okay, well, anyway, more importantly,
thrills, chills, kills!
let's hurry up and get to what everyone's been waiting for, the punishment!
I'm begging you! Please, don't do this!
Hey,
No more begging, no more excuses. You must pay the penalty for breaking the rules. Society demands it!
Stop! Please!
now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
For Leon Kawada, the ultimate baseball star!
No, 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 no!
Here we go. I'm sorry. Ah.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
No!
This is not gonna be good. Here we go. Leon, I understand your position, and you shouldn't have gone and continued to kill her, but you did, and you paid the price. I don't know what else to say, buddy. Other than, hopefully this isn't too bad. Well, it's already too bad because it started off with a chain to your neck and you're strapped in. This is not good at all. And a gun. It's a It's a baseball machine. The 1,000 blows. You start one. Oh no. He does not deserve this much. Oh. All I can stand here is watch too, and I'm like contemplating, did he really deserve this? It depends on what you think, but Jesus. The death penalty. Dang. And we all stood right in front of it. No one has to go through like that. What we saw, that was the true face of despair. I mean, if we can't call it that, what else could we call it?
Extreme!
Woohoo! Extreme! Man, my adrenaline is popping right out of control!
My words exactly. What's going on?
I can't take it.
Do we really have to keep doing this? I just can't take it.
Well, hey, if you don't like it, all you gotta do is swear to cut all ties with the outside world and accept living here forever. But that's not only if every single one of you can get on board with that.
Damn you!
Man, blank you. Why the blank are you doing all this evil blank to us?
What the heck?
Evil? You make it sound I'm some dark, awful, secret society type of guy.
Say what?
Or in this case, a dark, awful, secret society type of bear. So why are you putting an upstanding young citizen like me through such a grueling ordeal? It seems like you're trying to use common sense to make sense of something that doesn't make sense. That's like trying to put a mile on a scale. I just don't think it's possible. Hey, I don't think that's what you're saying, and we're saying quite together.
You piece of blank. I don't know who you are, but I'm gonna pound your ass into the ground.
You must really hate me to get so angry, huh? But if you do that, you're barking way up the wrong tree. What happened because more than one of you decided you wanted to get out, right? No matter how much time passes, you can't cut free of your regrets from the outside world. You're to blame.
Of course we can't cut free out of the outside world, but trapped in this insane place.
You're trapped, are you? Well, I'm sure you learn all the mysteries of this school. Your thinking will change for sure. You'll think, boy, isn't it so wonderful how we all get to live here forever?
What are you trying to say?
Hey.
I feel like there's some deeper meaning hidden in there. Just like before.
Thrills, chills, kills!
Anyway, let's get to the Blackened's punishment. That's what everyone is waiting for after all.
Hey.
When you say everyone, who exactly are you referring to?
Sorry, I said everything I've got to say. I need to save some of the fun for later.
And just like that, he was gone. He left us there, overwhelmed by a nightmare turned to reality. Fudge. Even after he was gone, we stood there forever, unable to move. Actually, no. It wasn't that long, I think. Everyone just lost their sense of time.
We were all too scared. Scared of being alone. No one even tried to speak. Their faces were stone and their voices dead. But it was in that moment.
Just a second.
Makoto, can I talk to you for a second? She moved in close and whispered into my ear.
Makoto.
Before we head back, there's something I want to talk to you about. It's about Sayaka, isn't it? I'm surprised you figured it out.
Listen.
I told you before the class trial started. You had to figure out the mystery of this case yourself. You wanted me to realize how Sayaka betrayed me by myself, didn't you? The thought never even crossed my mind. I feel like such a fool, becoming such an easy target like that.
It's true.
Sayaka meant to double-cross you, that's a fact, and that you can never change. But even till the very end, she wasn't sure of her decision. That's why. As she lay dying, she was thinking of you. She was thinking of me? You can't just say something like that. I mean, there's no way you can know that. Only Sayaka will know for sure, and we can't ask her right now.
However...
Even if you can't ask her, you can infer it, don't you think? Her final thought is how she could protect you. What?
So...
The fact that she used her last ounce of energy to leave her dying message proves it. She didn't care what happened to you. She never would have left that message. Well, maybe she just wanted to get back at the person who had killed her.
Certainly.
That's certainly one possibility. But I don't think that's what it was.
Anyway...
She was uncertain. She wasn't sure she could kill someone or deceive you. Which is why her plan failed. Her hesitation attracted failure.
Right.
It's almost ironic when you think about it. Why are you telling me all this? Because you're the kind of person who can overcome this. Because you can move past the deaths of your friends, Sayaka and Leon, and keep moving forward.
Correct.
Without someone like that, the others would never be able to break free of such a desperate situation. Move past their deaths? I can never do that. No. I'm going to carry them with me the rest of my life. How could I possibly move past something like that? Leon, Sayaka, I'll carry them with me forever. I'll carry their memories with me wherever I go. So instead of forgetting them, you're choosing the hard road. Well, I have high expectations for you. As she said that, she revealed the smallest smile.
Hey.
By the way, I have to admit, I'm curious. How did you know I wanted to talk to you about Sayaka? Oh, well... I'm psychic.
What?
Huh? Kidding. I just have pretty good intuition. Oh! That line made me want to cry. Okay, hold on. Oh! I feel the tears, man. Hold on. Oh! Thank you. No, just no. You ended off on a very good high note there. Oh, no. Ugh. But, anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and all that jibba jabba, my kings and queens. And I will see you soon. You had to bring the tears. You had to do it. Now you got me in a very weird place where I don't know if I like or hate Sayaka right now. I'm leaning towards like. I've got issues, man. I've got issues.
You're fine, so fine. But the question is, what will it take to make you mine? Where have you been for all this time? I question myself, how come this beautiful thing ain't mine?